bit jittery energy, but I will try to calm myself because I have words that need to come out of my vessel. When we're moving through times of transition before we see the light, when things around us are crumbling or things don't seem to be going our way because we are not in a state of resistance. Like ultimately when the tower moment comes, if we're oracles or seers and we connect with that reference point of the tower, this big castle or building with fire out, and the tower is this kind of ominous presence, this ominous event that is going to change things in our life. When we're not in resistance to that, when we're not in opposition to challenge or change, we tend to let our octopus references coming through, tentacles. I think there's a lot of things going on. Also, some people spreading themselves thin, or other people in too many people's businesses. So there's a lot of this energy that I'm just feeling right now coming through. But essentially, with the tower reference, the tower moment, we can get panicked, obviously having been in a level of comfort, when things are not creating comfort in our life. And so to go against that, or to not be in resistance, i.e. to not let go and detach and think, well, okay, there's obviously things shifting, energy is constantly moving and morphing into the reality we're creating in our mind. And so if we don't allow for a tower to come, we're potentially blocking our own blessings. We keep holding on to things that are not necessarily meant to be in our lives long term, or not meant to be in our lives forever. Everything is temporary. And also when we feel like we might be in a place and things are sort of crumbling around us, if things are not working, then it is time to move on, rather than seeing these sort of obstacles as negative. We're not really defining anything of negative and positive anymore. It's about alignment. It means that things are being washed out of our life. They are being pushed aside off our path, so that we can welcome in newness, so that we can welcome in the words that we've been speaking out loud, which they say we don't reap the fruit the first day the seed is sown. It takes time for our manifestations to arrive in the physical. Everything happens in the spiritual first. So once we have that spiritual alignment, spiritual balance, spiritual health settled, I must settle the scores coming through. So there might be a lot of balancing out and just sort of moving along away from things that we've needed to say goodbye to. So in terms of being resistant or feeling uneasy about big changes or towers coming, trust that on the other side of that is the potential to be a very sunny situation, a very fruitful cornucopia experience. Because it's not about negative or positive, good or bad. We are working in alignment with the frequencies that we're harnessing, that we're around, that we've been contracted to. Whether we work with the water, the elements, the plants, we've all been contracted to certain things in the physical realm in existence to bring about our highest potential, because a lot of the natural element and environments, if we connect with that, are activators. People can be activators, but I still think nature is number one in terms of giving us exactly what we need for balance. And obviously we need social connection and stuff, but I just think nature, in terms of harmonizing our frequency and giving us messages, if we find ourselves around a 424 potential tower moment, or this kind of thing like nothing's going my way, nothing's going in my favour, that's a hypothesis because that's not coming out words from my mouth now, then we are not detaching. And the more that we hold on to things, the more it's like the repel effect. And so patience really is one of the biggest lessons, because time is just this weird construct and things are just meant to align and happen as they are intended. which is not really when we want it, it's when it's for our highest good and the highest good of the collective. God of All Small Things, Arundhati Roy, that was a book that was quite profound for me. I don't know why that's coming through. Maybe someone is reading that or needs to read that, God of All Small Things. I think that's the title. Anyway, just allow these tower moments to be acknowledged, but also be put into perspective in the culmination of our lives and where we're at now. You know, if we find ourselves embarking on this new decade of 40, things that come along now, I've already surpassed a certain amount of challenges, and not because I'm alive at 40. So now the learning, it's, you know, people say life doesn't get easier, we get better at it. This game, this interaction with the space around us, with the energies around us, and also from us, because obviously that dictates the reality that we're living in. So I've just observed a few things recently and found that there are some low vibrational energies towards change and big obstacles when we come to Earth to learn. And we don't learn without challenge. We don't learn in comfort. And so this continual sort of fake illusion of everything being continuously comfortable is not the way that we achieve what we're meant to be put on the realm for, in my opinion. So other people will have their own views on that. But that's just what I'm thinking at the minute, 6:44 on the clock. And trusting in our own strength, our own power, really, the ancestral memory and the cells and the blood and our heart and our soul, how powerful they are combined when we start to connect them all. The voice speaking and the intuition, the heart, and the cells within our body and our blood, once they start to align and work together, it's a very powerful force. And 711, it's just a frequency we need to maintain, and just don't resist the towers, because some things are cleared. If we've changed manifestation, some things are cleared off our path so that they can help us. 727.